on to marketing magic that only Harry Potter author JK Rowling could be capable of, the writer has just admitted that she secretly wrote the now best-selling novel The Cuckoo's Calling, which was published under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith. Of course, the minute she revealed the truth, the book's sales shot up more than 500% to #1 on Amazon. Was this marketing genius on Rowling's part? No one can answer that better than marketing guru Bruce Turkel. Bruce, if she had put the book out and just said, I'm going to try a different genre, I'm not doing Harry Potter, I'm going to try, an adult book that does something else, people would have been very hard on the book. Can she keep the magic alive? This way, she did it very secretive, sort of undercover. Publishers Weekly gave it a great review, and then she was found out, and it made all the excitement around the book, caught my attention. I raced and got my copy. What do you think, marketing genius?
Well, I don't think that she did this as a marketing ploy. I think she did it because she's an author. She's proud of what she does. And she was wondering, hey, what happens if I wasn't famous and I wrote a book? Do I still got it? Do I still have the magic? I can tell you, I've published a few books. I published them all under my name, and they didn't sell very well. So maybe I'll try putting them under her name and see if they do better.
What a great idea. I'm going to do that with my next book as well. That's a great idea.
Well, both of ours.
Yeah, she said, and it's very charming. She said she's basically an artist, that it was such a breath of fresh air to get honest feedback from people who didn't know her name. She did admit that she wanted to release a book that didn't have all the hype around it that her name brings with it. By giving that up initially, she is giving up all the sales that would go with it. But it does seem like the timing was so perfect. It's out there. She sold 1,500 copies, which is good, but it's not great.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, her name comes out, poof, the whole thing explodes. It's so perfectly timed. You're not the least bit suspicious?
I'm not, and I have to tell you, when it comes to marketing, I'm about as cynical as you get. So maybe, shame on me, maybe, I just want the good guys to win here. But I really think what you just said is correct. She's an artist. She wanted to know, will people dig her books because of what was written, not because of who wrote them? Remember what we talked about. People don't buy what you do, they buy who you are. Yeah. So she wanted to, I think she wanted to remove that and say, let's see what happens. Because, let's face it, if she really wanted to promote it, it would have been from the author of Harry Potter, a new direction. You and I would have ran out to buy them to begin with.
I guess.
I don't think it was a ploy.
Okay. While I have you, I want to ask you, talk about marketing who you are. A lot of people are talking about the new Wendy's Wendy, the new image. I think we have it. I've got to show it to you. So they've changed her collar a little bit. We've got to look closely at her collar. And that black writing underneath her face seems to maybe spell a word that might make moms feel better about taking their kids to Wendy's. What do you think about that? First of all, do you see what I'm talking about there?
I do see it.
You do see it. You see how the black, what is supposed to be her collar, it looks like a little doodle. And the button. Mm-hmm. Now it looks like it spells the word mom, almost like she's wearing one of those necklaces like Carrie Bradshaw that says mom underneath it. Do you think this is clever subliminal marketing? Do you think it's a coincidence? What do you think, Bruce?
My absolutely positive answer is I don't think so.
Really?
The book came out in 19...
Do we have the old one, you guys? Do we have the old Wendy's just so you can compare and you can see how different it is? That might be too small for our viewers to see. Anyway,
1974, the book came out, Subliminal Seduction. And it talked all about these tricky things that people do in ads, theoretically. And they showed, I think it was a glass of Dewar's, and it actually showed in the ice cubes, in the reflections, people having sex. Sort of. If you wanted it to be that, it was.
How did I miss this?
Same way. Because if you were doing this, don't you think you would have moved the O up? Don't you think you would have removed those blue lines to make? It's like the arrow in FedEx. That's obvious. But I don't think this says mom on purpose.
I don't know. Once I see it, I can't not see it. So it's very
take
interesting.
Your kids there now?
Yeah.
Do you want to take the boys there now because it's playing to you as a mom?
My kids, no, they see the McDonald's symbol and they go crazy. They see the golden arches. That's all they want. Although I don't know, they never turned down to French fries. So. There you go.
How about if Wendy stands on her head, then it says, wow.
That's right. Well, if Wendy stands on her head, I will stop by and get a cheeseburger for sure. Bruce, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Melissa.